Ladies and gentlemen, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be for you. Welcome to another stream. I hope you're all doing very well. Coming through loud and clear, that's good. Always good to see. I hope you're all well. I hope everything is good. I hope that Easter was good for you. If you got up to, well, whatever you get up to on Easter, I suppose. Bonsoir, good evening, eh? How are you doing today? How was Easter? How's half term going so far? How is everything? As always, it feels like I've been away for so long, but it's literally only been 4 days, if that. Someone very kindly, actually, I've got to put a shout out to this as well. A user by the name of Coil Twitchbot donated 100 bits whilst I was offline. So thank you very much for that. Should you happen to be in chat right now, or if you do pop in later on, I shall thank you again. That was very kind of you. So thank you very much for doing that. And also as well, guys, thank you for the the bendy contributions. 19 days left, and we are nearly halfway there, which is exciting, to say the least. How are you doing this evening, Sean, as well? I hope you're well. I hope Easter was good for you. Everything's all okay on this end so far. I know we've mentioned it before, but again, we should probably bring it up. The follow bots are really handing it to people at the moment. A lot of people that I know and watch have been tagged so many times by such huge numbers, so that's something we're going to need to be careful of. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we carry on to deal just fine without them, but they may come in. I really hope they don't. They're such a pain. They're such a pain. I've seen whole streams just get shut down because of them, and like, you can't do anything. You're just left with like alerts for hundreds, maybe even thousands of bot accounts just following. It's not good, so hopefully we'll be okay. We'll have to see. Easter was lovely. Try again. Easter was lovely. We saw Sean's family for the first time in forever. And it was great. Introduced Emily to a new dog as well, which went well. Good. It's always good when dogs get on. You don't want to introduce a couple of dogs, especially if they're family dogs as well, and they might see each other quite frequently. You don't want to introduce them and then they just go mad for each other. Just finished leftover pizza pasta and garlic bread. Pizza pasta. I was struggling to think about what to have for dinner this week, so I've got to put that in. I'm going to have some of that. How was my weekend? I'm all good, thanks. Hope you had a good Easter. Yes, I am well. Easter was enjoyable. Went to see my parents on Sunday. Very, very nice roast lamb. Saw my grandparents as well. And everything was all good. It was so good to be able to catch up with people. And my mum said it a couple of times throughout the evening, but everything felt normal. Ish for a change, you know. There was me, my sister, my mum and dad, and then my granddad, and then my nan, and it was just nice for everybody to all just be in the same place having a Sunday lunch, and it was really, really good. So very glad to have been able to do that. Normally spend a lot of time, so glad the dogs got on. Good. Did you have snow? Yes. Weirdly. Yes, we've had some snow today, and indeed yesterday. And I don't know why. It's April. I mean, like, it's not the first time it snowed in April. I don't think. I'm fairly sure it snowed on my birthday once, which is at the end of the month. But, like, it was so lovely last week. The weather was beautiful last week, and now all of a sudden it's just snow. Like, why? It literally just snowed randomly about an hour ago. Like, kind of heavily as well. Like, a February snowfall. Why? It's April. You're late. Or early for the end of the year, I suppose. Said the same yesterday. Ended up getting a takeaway with Sean's brother and sister-in-laws. It just felt normal. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Hopefully we're now actually beginning to move on to get something at least halfway close to normal. I don't know. Slow and steady steps. We don't want to mess it up now. We don't want to mess it up now. It was crazy. I don't know what the weather's doing. And you know what? I saw it last week, looking on the weather app, trying to kind of piece together sort of what I'd be doing for the week. And I could see all throughout last week the weather was going to be great, fantastic. And then it was saying that this week it was going to be cold and snowy, and I was looking at it going, right, well, that's not going to happen. That's incorrect. And it seems I was wrong about that. It seems that I was wrong. Oh well, never mind. As good as chill EDM is, it's perhaps a little bit upbeat for what we're going to be doing today, which we should probably move on to. So, as per, let's get into the lo-fi. And there it is. Today's plan is, of course, more work on the One More Block server. It's been a while since we've been able to do some work on here. I've been having multitudes of connection issues and things like that, but it seems like things are relatively stable for the time being, and so we can actually get on with doing some work here, because not only have I not done much work here on stream, I've just not been able to get on the server in the first place to even do anything. So in light of the fact that it's been a while, maybe we should just have a quick recap, just to catch up on some of the stuff that we have done here and some of the plans for the future. In fact, let's start in here. So, for anybody new, we are going to be building a movie studio here on the server. Here is the map of my area currently, and this is where we are right now. We've got a couple of buildings set up, and this over here is just my little starter house sort of bit. So we're going to be building basically on this entire island space that we have right here, to try and fill it up with all kinds of sound stages, movie sets, all kinds of nonsense like that. Starting, they do love a map. I do love a map. And it's looking okay so far. I don't quite like the green stripes on the road, but can't do much about that. Don't know how my phone put the in there. So we're starting here. This is the site office that we've got. It's a very nice little modern build. Not normally my build style, but it certainly has... I've grown to like it. It's kind of come into its own a little bit, and I do very much like it. Small little pond out the back. We do like our ponds here. Space for all the golf carts to park up, and then we have Soundstage 1 right here, which currently is probably the jewel in our crown here at our movie studio, here at Tackywood. Sound Studio 1, other than just being actually a kind of impressive building, I really like it from the outside. On the inside, we have the set for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the lab scenes with Frankenfurter. And this is one of my favourite things that I think I've ever built, because just it looks so good. If I do say so myself. We got the elevator up there, we got some TV cameras being manned, one on a dolly. We've got Frankenfurter with the water tank, which would have Rocky in it, the taps, a readout. It's so good, considering the limitations of the game. Having been able to create a pretty decent, if I do say so myself, replica of a movie set is quite an achievement. And down here I have started moving villagers in. I say started, this is where they have been for ages. We're going to use this as like a villager trading hall. And that's kind of the aim, is to get all of these sound stages built up with various different sets in them, and then we're going to put our functional bits and pieces underneath. The building we're working on here at the moment is going to be our storage room, which, again, I've not been able to get on the server to do much work with, but this is as far as we have gotten so far. And for the time being, it's actually not too bad. There's a little bit of logistical problems that I need to work out, because ideally I'd like this to be one that could automatically sort the items out. So there's going to be a little bit of stuff for us to work out. However, we can get there. I like the colour theming. It's not too bad. The only problem with all of this that I'm doing at the moment is it is just chewing through my terracotta. I'm using all kinds of coloured terracottas and bits and pieces like that because I never normally use those. I'm someone who likes to build with wood, and so I'm trying to branch out and go for something else, and the terracotta fits in quite nicely, but it's a pain to have to go and get. So, slight regret, but otherwise fine. And I'm not 100% sold on the granite kind of texturing up the wall right here. It's the closest match in terms of colour, but the texture's a little bit busy. And there's not much else I can do with it other than maybe using the smooth granite, but I don't think that fits in any better. I think it kind of maybe makes it look a bit worse because it's got the borders around it. So if I just find a spot right here, for instance, if I put these in here, I think it looks a bit weird with the stark square outline right there. Having said that, maybe mixed in with some of the actual bits of granite like this could actually make it a little bit better. I've not thought of that. That might help out a little bit. Just to break it up with some of the smooth stuff right there. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Rach, hello, good evening to you. Thank you for your bendy contribution. How are you doing today? How was Easter? Hope everything's going alright. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the granite, but I think the problem is that I've got too much light grey terracotta now to go back. So I think we may as well carry on. We've come this far. We may as well carry on, and then we'll do something similar to what we've done with this building over here. And maybe just put some bits around the outside just to break it up a little bit more. So I think that might have to be our plan. I think I could get on board with that. You've made your beds. Actually, I really haven't. The perks of no longer having my bed in the background of my stream. Can get away with it. Oops. But yes, you're absolutely right. I have made my bed and now I've kind of just got to lie in it. Got a bit of a headache, but I'm okay. Didn't do anything for Easter. I'm going to get rid of these fireworks. I keep accidentally letting them off. Didn't do anything for Easter. That's fair enough. Not got any chocolate or anything to work through. I've got a bit of a problem. Okay, I've got a really big sweet tooth, but there's a bit of a problem in terms of the Easter chocolate I get. And it's going to be like major first world problem grumble. But needless to say, it is the truth. Oh, I haven't actually got it up here. So people may know what I'm talking about when I mentioned the Lindor Easter bunnies. They're bunny-shaped chocolates from the Swiss master chocolatier, Lindt. Not sponsored, though, Lindt. If you are watching and want to work something out, then hit me up. Actually, maybe after the endorsement I'm about to give you, maybe not. But yeah. So I get the Lindt bunnies for Easter, and at Christmas they do the Lindt reindeers, which is the exact same chocolate but just with a different name, basically. And they're very good, but they are so outrageously rich that I can't bring myself to eat them. I've got a very sweet tooth, but the Lindor bunnies and reindeers are too much. I can't do it. If I eat them, it takes me about 2 weeks from opening to actually crack through one. And I'm kind of I kind of put off opening them, for that matter. I've still got my reindeer from Christmas just gone, and my parents have just given me a new Easter bunny one because of Easter. So now I've got two that I just can't really do much with. And I've sunk one of those into banana bread before. See, that's exactly it. So that, I can imagine, would be delicious. I don't really like bananas, but I can imagine it would be delicious. And for my money, that's kind of the only way that you can truly eat and enjoy one of those chocolate products from Lindt, is by melting it down and then using it as like a chocolate sauce or something to dip fruit in or something like that. But then you have to put up with the heartlessness of melting down a rabbit. You know, in the words of GLaDOS, "You monster." They are very tough to just eat. You know, they're kind of like a hardcore chocolate orange in a way. Chocolate oranges are very good. You couldn't just eat one whole though. You couldn't eat one like an apple. You probably could, but you probably shouldn't. I think is where I'm trying to go. And as a result, I can only eat those like a few segments at a time. And I feel like the same with the Easter and Christmas chocolates from Lindt. I bet you could bake them into cookies. Oh, if I had big enough baking trays, that would be a fun project for sure. May have to look into that. Big savoury person, so if you gave me a bag of crisps, I'd be much happier. Okay. Each to their own. I don't think Jesus died on the cross so that you could have a bag of Walkers, but each to their own. Okay, let's try and get a little bit of distance. Okay, I think I'm kind of sold on the square blocks being used to blend into everything else. I think I can live with that on this building. And like I say, if we maybe try and put some extra stuff around to decorate the outside, we may be able to just kind of cover it up a little bit, break it up a little bit more, and just make everything fit a bit easier and a bit nicer. Need to sleep though. I could easily smash a chocolate orange in one sitting. I feel like I could, but I would feel very bad about it afterwards. I don't think I could do it and feel good about myself. Great dipped in tea though, by the way, I will say that. If you've got a cup of tea, just dip a segment of the chocolate orange into the tea. Leave it in there for a few seconds just to let it melt down a little bit. Very, very good. Because not only do you then get some deliciously warm and slightly melted chocolate, but your tea also gets a little bit of a fruity flavour added to it. I can't vouch for whether or not that works with tea with milk in it, because I drink mine without. So it may turn out that actually it's pretty disgusting if you do it with milky tea. But if you do it with milkless tea, big approval. My brain died. Tagged you in the recipe on Facebook and shared it to Discord. Wonderful. Oh, I did see you shared something from Cakey Goodness, wasn't it? Was that the same recipe as well? I did see that come up and I was like, that looks delicious. I may have to look into doing that. I'll need to go out and actually just buy some proper baking tray equipment. But my rule is that you should always feel bad after eating chocolate. Otherwise you haven't had enough. A valid point, actually. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fair. I think that's fair. Although I tend to feel bad after I've eaten in general. It could be anything and I'll go, oh, I didn't really need that. Or certainly, oh, I didn't really want that. Every time I get pizza delivered, well, every time I have a takeaway, basically, I then, once I've spent the money, I then sit there and go, oh, I didn't want this. I always feel bad for having a takeaway. Always. And you know what? You probably shouldn't. It's okay to treat yourself every now and then. But I do always go, oh, I didn't really need that. I didn't need to spend the money on that. Never mind. Tea without milk? Yeah, the way it's intended to be. You're not supposed to have milk with tea. Or tea with milk, whichever way around you want it. You're not supposed to. I remember hearing that apparently the only reason that milk ended up in tea was because of trench warfare. British soldiers in the trenches kept on making tea, but it was always too hot for them to drink before they would get called into a battle and then they'd have to abandon their tea. So they started adding milk to it to cool it down so that they could actually drink a cup of tea before they'd have to go and fight the enemy. Or it's some kind of story like that. I'm fairly sure it's a wartime story that's vaguely around those lines. I may be making it up, but I'm fairly confident I'm not. And I used to drink tea with milk, but I went on a scout camp once and we didn't have any milk. So the scout leader was just like, well, you know, have it without. Didn't trust him at first, but from that day forward, it's the only way I've ever drank tea. I can also, right, this is really extra. I can taste when somebody has stirred a tea with milk in it before stirring mine. I can taste the milk residue from the spoon in my own tea. That's, like, not that I then go, excuse me, there's milk in my tea. You know, I just put up with it. It's not strong, but it's just kind of present. I think the other thing about this granite, just to kind of pivot back to this, is that maybe I'm being a bit too liberal with its placement. Maybe that's why I'm kind of not super sold on it yet. Maybe we're just being a bit too liberal. But I'm happy to work with it. Something like that. That'll do. I made the cookies on Sunday. They're great, based on Ben's Cookies, which is a brand of small cookie player. I've never heard of Ben's Cookies. No. Where have they got those? One in London and one in Edinburgh. That explains why I've not heard of them. Never been to Edinburgh and I don't really like going to London. However, good cookies are always an award-winning decision. We haven't even got a local Millie's cookies anymore. That's what's really sad about things, is that we haven't even got a Millie's cookies, which are very good. I'm fairly sure our nearest Millie's cookies is Blue Water, which is a huge trek, really, realistically. And I can't be doing that. Not just for cookies, you know? If they did trays of them to send to supermarkets, maybe like what Pizza Express do, where they just send trays of pizza to supermarkets. That's a smart idea. But I can't justify driving all the way to Blue Water for some Millie's cookies, you know. Are you one of the X-Men? I don't think so. I think I'm just a little bit sensitive to milk. I mean, well, I'm not even going to stop at milk. I'll say dairy as a whole. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I eat like I am. I don't have butter on things. I don't tend to have cheese on things unless it's all melted down. I don't eat eggs, even though they're not technically dairy. I don't drink milk. I'll have it with cereal, but I won't drink the bowl of milk afterwards. You know, it's just much easier for me to, whenever someone's kind of like, you know, is there anything you don't eat? It's easy for me to just go, I'm essentially lactose intolerant. You're not going to kill me if you feed me dairy, I just don't particularly like it. It's taken me so long to get all this terracotta, I don't want to let any of it just despawn. Show me any that are hidden. I think we got them all. Closest Millie's is Lakeside. See, they're not present anymore. They used to be a really traditional, well, I mean, not really traditional, but it used to be a fixture of town centres up and down the country. And now they're not. Just like massive industrial shopping centres now. Ah, let me up! Thank you. They'd be good cookies though. Love their Jaffa cookies. Ooh. Sounds good. I was discussing cocktails with one of my colleagues to try and, you know, figure out maybe some cool stuff that we can have for when we reopen. Maybe create some of our own sort of infused spirits and stuff like that. And one thing we came up with was a sort of, if we could make like a Jaffa cake flavoured vodka or something like that, like a chocolate and orange vodka, so that we could make chocolate orange espresso martinis. Something like that would be really, really cool. Oh, let me through. Oh, please. There we go, we made it. So you take like a little bit of chocolate orange vodka, shot of espresso. What else goes into them? That's it, I think. Oh, maybe like some coffee liqueur or something. So yeah. So like a double chocolate orange vodka, a little dash of Kahlua or some other coffee flavoured liqueur, shot of espresso, chocolate orange espresso martini. Could even maybe like do a mint chocolate one as well, if you could make like a mint choc chip vodka or something. Thing is, I can't really drink coffee nor vodka. I don't like the taste of either. Give me an espresso martini though. Oh yeah. Delicious. Get me anything minty. Like creme de menthe is one of my favourite spirits going. Tastes and looks like mouthwash, granted, but oh, so delicious. Oh, hello there. Hello, Morgan. How are you doing this evening? The Land of Odd, welcome back to the stream, friend. How are you? What building? I am halfway through building a warehouse, basically, that's going to be our item storage building. With varying degrees of success for the time being. I kind of shot myself in the foot by choosing light grey terracotta to build out of. And the only texture that really matches it is the granite. And so I've got this really ugly... Well, it's not really ugly. I've got this semi-ugly exterior that I now need to attempt to make look stunning. And I think the plan is to basically just completely cover it up. Because it's okay, the colours match, but the textures are busy. And that's what's throwing everything out of line at the moment. You can't put dirt in there because dirt is dirt. And even though I've said it's important whilst building to not see the block for what it is, but see the block for what it looks like, dirt is dirt. You can't unsee dirt as being anything else. It just exists as dirt. Very well. Been learning Stardew Valley and getting into it. Oh, nice. That's on my to stream list at some point in the future. Playing it all day. Hit me up if you need tips. Love mint choc chip ice cream and mint aero in both bar and mousse forms. Mint aero is incredible. My mum used mint aero to make a mint aero fudge during the first lockdown, and it was so good. So good indeed. After Eights as well. 100%. After Eights, for me, are similar to Jaffa Cakes in that you give me a pack and I can have made it through the entire pack before an hour has passed. Did it the other day. I bought a pack of Jaffa Cakes and I couldn't help myself. Opened them up, had the first one. Hello. Hi there. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I'd had one, and then I didn't even look at the packet again. The next time I looked down at the packet, it was empty. So I was literally just had one, was working away here, and just mindlessly picking and eating. And then I must have missed the packet. Went to look at it, and I was like, oh, it's empty. Just demolished 12 Jaffa Cakes in the blink of an eye without even noticing. It's so bad. But, as we touched upon earlier, if you don't eat enough chocolate to feel bad afterwards, then you didn't eat enough. And I felt really bad after demolishing a whole pack of Jaffa Cakes by accident. They be too good. Jess has been passing on the Stardew tips. Been playing for years, it's great. There is a helper app, good to know. I would love to get into the Stardew Valley. It just looks like such a chill game. I've got nothing to do, so I'm just gonna idle away mining. Sorry, I'm not in the zone yet. Farming is what I mean. Stardew's not crossplay? Aww. I think, is it bad that as gamers that's now kind of expected? I think, because there was certainly a time where it was just presumed that if you wanted to play with friends, you had to have the same platform. That can be today's topic of conversation. Are gamers too entitled? Explain and describe. Show you're working. He's got a cat. I want a real life cat. Honestly, that's the main thing that's been missing from my year in COVID, is having a cat to pet. Did I say year with COVID? I haven't had COVID, you know what I mean. The year where COVID has been a thing, all I want for is a cat. All I want for is a pussycat. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Oh man. Christmas 2021, if things keep progressing in the right direction, is going to be so fun at work. It's a bit early to be thinking about that yet, but yeah, I mean, it isn't for pubs. Going to be thinking about Christmas in maybe 2 or 3 months. Now there's more consoles available, crossplay should be more available. I think that's fair. I have a dog called Goose. Be my eyes, Goose. Woof! I think the problem is so many games do it now that it's kind of noteworthy if it doesn't. So has it become a problem where that's the expectation and therefore it's now a hindrance to a game's performance if it doesn't have that? I'd try and stream it, but I'll wait until I get my PC, as the laptop probably can't even stream this. Was there any word on that? Wasn't it? Did you say it was delayed or something like that? There are parts short. I mean, there is like a global computer parts shortage. I've been led to believe there aren't enough microchips in the world for the technology that's existent. You know what I want to do? I want to build a house. Again, I want to try and do a new domicile type building. We've been working on warehouse types for quite a while. We got the site office, and I've got my little wooden house back in the background over there. I want to actually work. Who'll be messaging? Nobody. I want to actually work on a new domicile, a new place of residence. For no reason, we don't need one. I have 2 puppies. It's definitely nice to have animals during COVID. Yeah, it feels like that's living the dream. Like you just get, or it certainly would have been in my case where I've been unable to work. I would have just gotten to spend all day sitting indoors with my pet. All the love, all the affection, all the pets. Also, I can't help but have noticed that streamers who have pets that guest feature in their streams tend to do infinitely better on Twitch than those without. So I'd also want a pet for my own, for my Twitch reasons. Plus, it doesn't bother me. I don't really play games online. If I do, it's normally with a friend that I know has the same console as me. We choose what console to play on. That's fair. Find one from Curry's and then upgrade it as you go. I think that's probably the best thing to do. That's kind of what I've done for my machine here, is I just built one pre-built, and then as and when I've needed to, I've just added on to it. I think for me, like, crossplay isn't too much of a deal breaker. I'm not too fussed. But I think that's also partly to do with the fact that it's quite rare for me to be able to get people in one place that can then make multiplayer happen. So it's certainly not a deal breaker. But yeah, I definitely want a pet. Uh-oh, it's dangerous. Let me out. Whoa, okay. When we're going down there. Should probably light that up a little bit. That's been a constant feature of this building, is that the bottom floor has just been inundated with danger since the moment we built it. This is probably one of those buildings that'll just look good from a distance, and we'll just have to tell people to not get close. Look, but don't touch. It's snowing again. Oh, not here it isn't. Either that or it's just stopped. It's still broad daylight. It feels so bad having my light on, just wasting electricity, but being backlit is not the one. It's not the one. Started following a streamer who plays Stardew purely because she has a puppy cam in her streams. Sean's brother also had good boy cam. Of course, yeah. And that's exactly it. Like, I mean, I am definitely more of a cat than a dog person, so there wouldn't necessarily be a channel point redemption for, like, cat cam, because cats are a force unto their own. But there was a streamer I watched who used to have a cat, and whenever he was streaming, his cat would just kind of jump up onto the chair while he was playing a game, and then he'd have to stop playing the game for about 10 minutes while he just pet and groomed his cat. It was adorable. It was like this big ginger tabby cat called Leonard. Had Lenny emotes and all sorts of things like that. Oh, we're into the smooth jazz section. Got proper chunky snowflakes. Oh, we ain't got anything on this end. What's nice about crossplay is there's been a huge divide in gamers in terms of what console they play. It's just nice that regardless of what you're using to play, you just play with anyone. It has, I imagine it's done a lot for unifying gamers. It was always kind of, you know, PC Master Race versus Xbox versus PlayStation versus Amiga versus Spectrum, you know, all the hip happening consoles that the kids are playing these days. So I think you're right in that it's certainly been beneficial in that it doesn't matter anymore. There's no kind of, you know, I imagine there's probably less kind of, for lack of a better way of putting it, like bullying. You know, if you go into school or whatever and you're the only kid who has an Xbox where everyone else has PlayStation, you're like, ha, loser! It's like, yeah, but I can still play Among Us with you. I'll maybe look into Among Us once all of the hype has died down for it a little bit. Fall Guys has begun to tail off a little bit, so maybe I could look into Fall Guys as well now. I've not been anti those games, but I've always kind of shied away from them because they're certainly not my kind of games. They don't complement the channel's brand all that much. You know, there's a reason why I play the games that I do. Is because those are the ones that I enjoy. I like playing old games and retro games and stuff. And newer games just don't really grab me all that much. Unless they're free. Thank you, Amazon Gaming. But the other thing as well is, like, if it's kind of, I guess the be-all and end-all of it is you're playing... let me out! Oof! You're playing games like Among Us and Fall Guys on stream because everybody's playing them and it can help with your exposure. And there's not a problem with that. But if everyone's playing the same game for exposure, how does anybody luck out and get that exposure? You know, everybody's playing the same game. It just becomes too saturated. So I'd rather play those kinds of games once everything's sort of died down a little bit. The disadvantage of doing that is you wait for something to die down and then something else will invariably take its place, and then you got to wait again. So I get it's not a very good business model that I have, but it's my business model, and I'll cry if I want to. It's a lot of fun. Among Us is, and Fall Guys as well. They do look. I played Fall Guys a little bit. My overriding issue with Fall Guys, that isn't so much of an issue with Among Us necessarily, is that I have played Fall Guys and it wore off very quickly. It was like, after a couple of rounds, I was like, okay, I'm ready to play something else now. And from what I've been led to believe, From what I've been led to believe, there's been updates and stuff now that have done a little bit to address that. You know, different game modes and things like that. Features that were missing from launch are now possible. Or not missing from launch, but things that weren't included at launch that maybe should have been. You know, so I get the game has grown a little bit, and it's probably worth revisiting, but it's one that I'll have to work up to, I think. We played Among Us for the first time a few weeks ago, and it's definitely a lot of fun. I don't really understand the premise of it. From what I gather, it's a bit like a Cluedo, I guess. Sort of Cluedo meets Wink Murder, maybe. You gotta try and guess who's killing people whilst doing random jobs around whatever building you're working in. Something like that, right? We would play Among Us with you. I've been missed out on some stuff, haven't I? I had a hydration and a posture check, which I need to do. It's the same thing over and over, but fun when that's what you want. See, I think Among Us is definitely better with a bunch of friends. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily worried about not having people to play Among Us with. I'm sure that, you know, even we're just putting a little note out into the Discord, it'll be no problem at all tracking down some people who want to play. Everyone seems to want to play that game. But that would be my thing of like, I'd be worried that it would lose its luster relatively quickly. Especially because how long does an average game of that take? Because what I don't want to do is maybe attempt to make a 3-hour stream out of it, but I'm already done with it like after 20 minutes. This isn't saying I'll never play those games. It's just kind of like I need to wait for the right moment in terms of my channel's development, I suppose. Or what I perceive to be the right moment in my channel's development, because the easiest way to develop the channel is to just play those games. Especially when like new maps and updates come out, you just play those games and it's simple. But they're just not for me, Jen. Morgan is back. King redeemed a hydration break. Thank you very much. King, good to see you. How are you doing? How was your Easter? I hope you had a good weekend. It was a bank holiday weekend, which, as a bartender, is normally quite murderous for us. But actually, this has been a very nice, chilled out bank holiday. I can see why people who work in offices want so many of them. Morgan and King know what I'm talking about. Sort of. If you're crew, you need to complete tasks. If you're an intruder, you need to kill everyone without being caught. Gotcha. So yeah, like it's a never say never, but it's a no from me for now. It's essentially a we're gonna send you all off. You're not good as individual singers. Come back as a group. On their 4th season now. If you just want to play brightly coloured Takeshi's Castle, there's nothing better. How to make friends 101. Among Us. But everyone's a suspect. Which I think literally was the motto for Cluedo. I think that literally was the slogan. How do you make friends if you can't trust anybody? Trust no one, suspect everyone. That may have been the Cluedo catchphrase, actually. Like, brightly coloured Takeshi's Castle is just standard Takeshi's Castle, so the kind of fever dream that Fall Guys occupies is a different kettle of fish altogether. I also tend to unfairly lump those games together as just as the Jelly Bean games. You know, there's a really cynical part of me that's just thinking, if you want to make a successful video game these days, make the playable characters jelly beans. Guaranteed hit. The kids will love it. Imagine the writing rooms of game developers now, and it's like, right, we need our new blockbuster video game. What shall we do? Make the characters jelly beans. Gah! Give that man a promotion. And then it would be the meme of like the guy being thrown out the window. It's like, we could just make something that's fun to play. Not long, but I think you'll find the 3 hours flying by if you have like-minded friends. Fair enough. How to know your friends 101. Among Us. Too much chocolate? No such thing, King. No such thing. You can't sit there and say too much chocolate when you've deep-fried brownies. And Aero bubbles. You can buy like Aero's versions of Maltesers. I work with King and we've attempted to deep fry those Aero balls before, and the chocolate literally disappears. You put the ball, like you cover the ball in batter, drop it into the fire. Drop it into the fryer. Sorry, not the fire. Drop it into the fryer. As soon as you take it out, the chocolate has just gone and you're just left with a hollow ball of batter. It's an unusual delicacy. Among Us had been out for a year before it got popular. It's kind of a coincidence that it caught on around the same time as Fall Guys did. I see. Okay, well then that lends even more credence to my cynicism. Like this isn't a genuine theory, it is literally just me being cynical. Every popular game needs jelly babies. Jelly beans? Jelly babies could work too. No! At least the damage was relatively inconsequential. Boom. Where's all this junk come from? I've got so much stuff, and none of it I need. Next update can't come soon enough. Better inventory management? Yes, please. I've got so much dirt. Why have I got all this dirt? I don't need this. What's that doing in there? I've been making light grey dye like a chump and I had tons of it just... Never mind. What's happening to inventory management? Well, I don't think it's major. I think Morgan's slightly more versed in what's coming with new updates than I am. But they're adding things called bundles, which I think function mildly similarly to shulker boxes, but are just easier to craft. He says, I think they're made out of rabbit hide, so... I mean, I'm fairly sure if I check my statistics, mobs... How many rabbits have I killed? I don't know, it doesn't even have a thing on here. I don't even know if I've seen a rabbit on this server. So, Yeah, it's kind of like early game inventory management. But it can hold a certain number of stacks of items rather than having the 9 inventory spots. So it might be able to hold 9 stacks of items, but that might be, say, a stack of cobblestone, 1 sword, and all that. If an item can't stack, then it counts as a whole stack and things like that. It'll help to tidy up the inventory a little bit. But having said that, like, I'm still going to be so bad at it. 64 items max, but can have anything in there. Got you. Okay. Alright, next up. Have I got enough space in here? We've kind of worked on the wall. Do I have enough indoor space for what I want now? I think I may need to go up just a little bit more. We recovered quite a bit of the terracotta from doing that little operation right there. So we can probably go up a couple more levels and then we'll put a roof on it, similar to what we have right there. Which reminds me, I should probably start cooking up a little bit more stone so that we can actually get that underway, because I remember when it came to putting the roof on there, we never had enough. So I'm going to start cooking that sooner rather than later. I think they said it's for junk items early on, but I use them for ores in one and other loot in the other. That's what I tend to do with shulkers now, is I leave a couple down in my strip mine and just kind of dump all of my ores in there after every mining trip. Yeah, see, that's never going to be enough. Never enough smoother stone for us. Also need to track down some more coal, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Got loads of it. Absolutely loads. Beautiful. Coal. Unless all of my... Oh, I think all of my coal is actually back over at the project site because I'm using it to make roads. Do you know what? We could take all of these. Perfect. I think I've got loads more granite down in the strip mine. I don't ever reclaim anything from the strip mine. I just kind of leave it all down there. So let me just have a little look and see. Ooh, little crink in the neck. Okay, which one's got it in? Cobble, gravel, dirt. Oh, wow, yeah, tons of it. Gimme. Perfect. And yeah, then I've just got ores and stuff. Oh, give me some of that too. Yeah, thank you. I've just got ores and stuff hanging around here. Plenty of everything. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, yes. And as you can see, I put in a lot of work mining. So, yeah. Every one of these tunnels as well goes back. It's 10 torches. Torches are placed about 13 blocks apart. So it goes back maybe close to 150 blocks, each one of them tunnels. So we've uncovered quite a bit of space. Space. Coincidentally, reminds me, if you haven't watched it already, the March highlights from our streams are now available to watch on YouTube. !YT will give you a link to my YouTube channel. You'll be able to check out all the March highlights there. I believe that's my most recently uploaded video as well, so it should be nice and easy to track down. And I have begun to do the work on April already, because obviously we're into April. There's some good stuff there. I was rewatching the highlights from the Binding of Isaac stream, the Repentance stream, and Repentance is so brilliant. Who be doing what? The boo! Oh, Jay is here. Hello, Jay. Good evening to you, friend. How are you doing? Jay gifted a sub to Morgan. Morgan, enjoy the sub. Welcome back. Enjoy the access to those brand new emotes. Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Jay, as per usual. Oh, the stats have reset. Oh no, you're back down to 1. Very much appreciated. Highlights video was a lot of fun. I'm glad to hear you say that it was a lot of fun, considering how much of that highlights video was anger directed towards Spyro and Spinch. There was a lot of that was the one thing I was kind of concerned about when I was putting that video together, was like a lot of it was just anger and frustration. And an extended subscription. Nay has extended it through to May. Thank you very much, Nay. Nay subbed for 2 months in advance at tier 1, it says here. Thank you very, very much. A hype train is close. Uh-oh. You seen that warning too? I am. A hype train is close. One more person needs to sub, gift, or use bits. Uh-oh. But yeah, there was a lot of anger and rage in that. We have no warning. Oh, it's come up on my thing. Did that do it? As the 10? Oh, the 10 hasn't done it. I don't know if there's a. I think there's a minimum bit amount, but I don't know what it is. Jay gifted out a tier to the land of Odd. Thank you for the gifted sub, Jay. 100 cheer from Sean and hype train incoming. Whoop whoop. You'll have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. That's what they're there for. The hype's right there, already on the way to level 2 as well. You keep on flinging them in, it keeps the hype train going. 50 bits from Nay, all the love. Thank you so very, very much. Oh, how exciting. I do love a good hype train. And now I've forgotten what we were talking about. Oh yeah, the highlights video. It's always fun watching those back, especially because they're like a month in the progress. Look at some of those cool emotes there. What do you got? Hype Kick, Hype Ranger, and Hype Rip. What's a hype train? So if a certain amount of support is directed to the channel within a certain time frame, so for instance gifted subs, I think it's bit donations over 100 and things like that, it then starts a hype train, which is designed to make all of the viewers go yeah yeah in a real James Hetfield way and keep on showing support through extra bits, subscriptions, gift subs, and that kind of thing. It's one other way to help generate a little bit of additional support for a streamer. I think they go all the way up to level 5. Each level takes more and more acts of support to complete. And they're just a little bit of fun. Shoppers! Can I get an oh yeah? I have a feeling I started that meme off incorrectly. It feels like a meme that shouldn't have started with that. It felt like it was it started off as Supermarket Sweep and ended as Bleeding Gums Murphy. Oh yeah. But yeah, the weird thing about what is it? Nay gets it. Well, unsurprisingly, I don't. The weird thing about those highlight videos is that they are a month in the making, and I put them together as the month goes on, rather than having to try and sift through a month's worth of 3-hour streams at the end of the month. I just do it as the stream wears on, as the month wears on, excuse me, because that's what makes sense. And so I've already edited the start of the video. Once I finish it, I then got to go back and double check, and then I find myself going, oh wait, that was this month? Like, when I was looking through the Spyro skateboarding stuff, I was like, I can't believe that was this month. Or sorry, last month. Right at the start. Morgan, thank you for the bendy contribution. We are doing well on that. We've got to be approaching halfway on that soon. And I am eternally thankful for everybody's support in getting me to play yet another horror game. Thing is, I can't even be mad because I set those challenges. So I can whinge about it. If I didn't want to do it, then I'd just set a challenge for something else. I'll put the meme in the relevant meme page on the Exclaim Discord. Thank you. How long left on it? I had it set to end by my birthday, I believe. 19 days left, which takes us up to the 25th, I believe. So there should be enough time to get everything together and get the goal realised for real this time, as opposed to the 12-hour live stream where we didn't quite make it, but I was feeling generous, so we did it anyway. And also, I wanted to do another 12-hour. Yeah. Hype train success! You received a level 1 hype train emote. I got Choo Choo Hype Shield. What did you guys get? 4 subs, 170 bits. Thank you very, very much. Man, what a good day to come back into streaming. Oh, look at him! Hype swipe! Emotes are being delivered. That's awesome. I love this. Obviously, I've said it a few times, but it does bear reiterating as well. Streaming has kept me so unbelievably sane during this. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't started doing this. But ended up clawing at the walls. Choo choo, female dogs! So yeah, it's been an absolute sanity saver. And the fact that so many people as well want to come down and hang out and join me on this is still unbelievably mind-blowing. It should go without saying, but gosh darn it, I'm gonna say it anyway. Thank you, everybody, for coming, showing support day after day, week after week, for keeping me company, for choosing to spend your hard-earned money on me. It's really very much appreciated. Oh, you got a slime one! Hype Ghost! I love that! Did I get that? I don't think I got the ghost. Boo! I want the ghost! Well, I guess we'll just have to start another hype train. Don't. Honestly, don't, because if you do, then Twitch might assume that I'm soliciting bits for and stuff for rewards, and that could cause me problems. That was the first one I ever got. And I ain't never looked back. What's that? More gift subs? I mean, the problem is that I can't stop you. Just be reasonable. Okay, more stone. We need to cook more stone. Because I need to make a roof for home with home base. Other home stores are available though. I have no strong allegiances to one nor the other, so if any of them want to hit me up and sort out a sponsorship deal, you know where to find me. Right here, right now. I must admit, a sponsorship deal with a home hardware store is not top of my list. But I'll take what I can get, if that's all I can get. No offense, Homebase, or B&Q, or any of the others. Oh, I see you! I saw you going behind. I can say that sort of stuff about Homebase and B&Q, because what are the chances that their brand reps are in chat right now to try and hook up a deal like that? Pretty much zero. Just waiting for a message to pop up that says B&Q has left the chat. Or something like that. The kids I work with think that meme is hilarious, it's all I hear. I'm assuming that "Aw, yeah" is also not the correct delivery of that meme. Because I don't understand them. Sadly, no. Oh. So, what is the correct delivery? Can you represent it in chat? If you can represent it in chat or describe how it's supposed to be delivered, I'll give it a go and we'll see how close I can get, having never seen or have any idea what the meme is. More high-pitched. Oh yeah! Hoi! I'd say it's more orgasmic. Okay. High-pitched. Hoi yeah! It needs to build. I mean, it built, but I don't know if that was more orgasmic. That was a little bit. There was a little bit Mickey Mouse. Oh boy! I mean, I can't go much higher than that. So if it was a question of pitch, then I'm sorry, that one's got no chance. Let's bring the roof out too. How much? I think we went out 2 on the other warehouse as well. So I think we can go out too. You need more power! I'm conscious of putting more power in because I also don't want to peak my mic too much more than I already do. Okay. Oh yeah! And that's it. I'm not doing any more than that. Either that was it, or you're going to have to make do with that not being the case. You need to peak? I thought I did! Closer, but... Oh, now I'm too high. Oh, typical, okay. Oh, yeah! So Dominoes can hear? They already can. How about that? It's not consistently high, I don't know, you guys are sounding like you're consistently high, to be honest. Hiya! That was just Chun-Li, wasn't it, really? That was just like a Street Fighter character. We're done here, okay? The bit's over. The mic isn't going to like it anymore. Trying to explain this meme to someone who hasn't heard it yet is awful. And I can imagine that it's awful. The delivery is awful as well. This was never going to work. You don't know unless you give it a go. And so it was worth giving a go. Okay, this building is not going to have a fancy roof in it like Soundstage 1 does. So we're going to need to double up on the layers here. A performer is only as good as their director. So, frankly, if you guys can't direct me to the correct way the meme is supposed to be delivered, I think that's more of a failing on the directorial team than it is on the talent, just saying. Say hoi. I'm fine with it. See, when I say hoi, when I see hoi right there, I just think of like the Mr. Burns. I think it's Mr. Burns who's like, no hoi hoi. Or something like that. Can't imagine how annoying a classroom of 13-year-olds is when one goes, can I get a oh yeah? That takes the meme to an entirely different place. I think if you've got 13-year-old kids in your class going, oh yeah, there are bigger problems to worry about. Exactly. It's like that meme where all the rubber chickens are pressed down, but it's teenage boys. I know that one. I know the rubber chicken one. Like, someone presses down on all the rubber chickens, they all go off at the same time, and then there's a little girl at the front who goes, look at all them chickens! See, I'm facetiously flexing my meme knowledge by blending two memes together there. Give me a song with lyrics, I say give me a skip button. All. Jesus Christ, Mario! See, the thing is, I like my position of ignorance because I enjoy that it can and does wind people up and stress them out a little bit. I didn't check how... Uh-oh. I should have double-checked how wide this building is before commencing the roof. Because what if it's not... Okay. Well, it will still be rescuable from this point, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just to double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 39. Oh yeah! See you, friend. Jay, did you have any luck with your weighted blanket? Also, did you get my message telling you that downstairs did not have your weighted blanket? No. Didn't go to Domino's, no. Oh well. We'll pass through on my way back from work. Are you on a night tonight then? Or... Because if so, it must be a really quiet night for you to be able to just hang out in chat. Someone's keyed your car? What, where you live? Working tomorrow. Oh, okay. Like, was it... It was done where you live, or it was done here? I thought it's been damaged by the car wash. That feels more likely? That feels like that would have been more likely that it would have been the car wash, rather than someone keying it. Like, you know, I know this place isn't exactly palatial and crime-free, but it's also not a ghetto. I don't think I've ever sounded more middle class than how I do when I say the word ghetto. The scratch is serrated. Well, I mean, like, it could still be a car wash. Like, they're designed, they're designed to be friendly to your car, but I wouldn't mind betting they're not. All it takes is a bit of grit to get stuck in the brushes, and if they're cleaning cars all day, that's more than feasible. This is why I don't wash my car. That, and because I can't be bothered. I'm the same. I'm the same. I am not without sin and casting the first stone here. I do not wash my car because I am lazy, and because I figure to myself, it will rain. Rain is wet. The rain will do it. And oftentimes it still looks awful when it rains. And I'm sure that is something to do with the fact that, you know, rain isn't a cleaning agent. But even still, I trust the British weather to be able to do that. It's certainly ferocious and unpredictable enough that it should have the power to clean a car. Anyway, I'm mad. I can imagine. Like, your car ain't cheap either. Like, that's miserable. Long shot, I know, but like, there's no CCTV where you are? Or maybe there's like a nearby house that has one that you might be able to sneak a look at. A lot of houses have them these days. Yours might not, but some of your neighbours might, and you might be able to catch something going on there if you want to look into that. In rain, we trust. Absolutely. I'd say it's worth having a look and seeing. Just double check on the houses that are opposite, and maybe a couple either side, and see if they got anything out on the front. Ring doorbell. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think technically houses are supposed to put up signs that say they have CCTV. In fact, I think like businesses are supposed to as well. I think you're supposed to put signs up that say, just so you know, you're being filmed, so that people can't argue saying, well, they filmed me without my consent, so, you know. Because the odd thing is that sometimes the crime that feels like it would have the biggest priority doesn't get treated that way. Somebody keyed my car, it's like, yeah, but you were filming them without their consent, so actually we're going to need to send you to jail. But they keyed my car, destruction of property. Yeah, but you might be a voyeuristic scumbag, so we're actually going to take it out on you instead. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't know anything about law, disclaimer. And the things I do know about law, my police officer friend has questioned considerably, because now apparently he knows better. I don't know that he does, but we've been down that road before. I've had my rant about how the police don't know the law. It was a facetious rant, don't get me wrong. I'm not a criminal. At least not knowingly. As your lawyer, I'm going to advise you against ever saying that again. Did I come up one more? One more blog? Hoi! Oh, it is dark in there. It is. It certainly is, and the rain is now not helping either. Oh god, I can hear sirens outside. I think they're onto me now. How did I do the roof over on this side? See, I think I made a mistake here. By actually maybe I haven't. Let me just double check what I've got going on over at the soundstage. Ow! No! No! Get yourself out of here. You dare be blowing up not only my soundstage, but all of my items as well? No way. Oof. So, what did I do here? I came out 2 from the building and then 1 more. Okay, I may need to restart the roof. I haven't got my bed. Where's my bed? Hopefully I don't have to restart the roof. But it's scary out tonight. It certainly is. I'm just gonna... Up and away! We're gonna sleep on the roof tonight. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. It's gonna clear the rain so that we can see clearly. So, I think what I did was these. Yeah, we've got to move the entire roof over by 2 blocks. I am a fool and part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take me away. A ruddy fool! Strap yourselves in. This is gonna... It's gonna take a while. We haven't got much much more at the moment. I need to put a roof on this thing so I know what space I've got to work with indoors. And then we can actually get on with something else, but until I know what my total inside space is like, I can't work on it and realise my vision. My artistic vision. Oh, there's blocks down there that I need and a lot of nasties. I ain't afraid. My goodness, there's a load of sirens out tonight. Oh no! We're fine. Okay, cool. Let me out. I should probably just light it up down there and be done with it, really. Don't want to make things too easy for us, though. So, let me go and check that building again. It doesn't have to be identical, I suppose, but it'd be nice if it was. Okay, so 2 blocks out from the edge of the building, and then 1 slab down. I'm gonna need to go back and get some more fireworks in a little while as well. No! Redo. Okay. So 2 blocks out from the edge of the building. And then 1 slab down. Like that, and then these will go here, and that's going to be our shape. That's going to be the shape. It's just going to take a lot of remodeling. Maybe not much remodeling, but it will take a fair amount. There you go. Because now what I'm beginning to notice is that actually we only need to take out 1 block at a time. Or, sorry, 1 row on each thing, because we've already got the first row of slabs right here, so I just need to pop that in here. Like that. So the workload's not going to be too much, I don't think. Just want to make sure that I get it correct. I'm glad we caught that now. That's always the thing with a big project, or at least a bigger building like this, is that if you make a mistake and you don't catch it until the very end, oof, that's going to be a bad time. Very bad time. Still probably could have done with catching it much earlier than we did, though. Never mind. So, kind of vaguely spinning off from Jay talking about his car. I went for a drive yesterday. I drove my car for the first time yesterday. For the first time in probably about a year. I honestly don't remember the last time I drove. It probably would have been summer last year. In between lockdowns, I went for a bike ride around a place called Buell Water, which is like this huge water reservoir. I went for a bike ride around there and had to drive there. That feels like the last time I went for a drive, which would have been around June-ish. I went for a drive yesterday and... I mean, everything was fine, but like, it felt weird. Don't know if my car's been being taken good care of while I've been living here. It's fine, it's fine. So my dad had parked it over the other side of the road when he last used it. And so I got into the car yesterday. I reached into the glove box to get my memory stick out with all my music on it. And as I was doing so, I turned the key on to switch the car on. Didn't realise that my dad had left it in gear. So then I kind of bunny hopped out into the road a little bit. Fortunately, there was no more traffic coming, so the car wasn't in any danger. I was like, yeah, a little bit rusty. I probably should have checked for that before sorting out my music. But like I say, I haven't been in the... I mean, I know that excuse wouldn't fly for an officer. They'd be like, why were you driving so badly? You can't just go, I've not driven for a year. I'm not used to it yet. They'd be like, well, tough. Hey, there's a wandering trader down there. I wonder if he has anything for us. What goods do you have for sale? It looks like he's stuck. That must have been literally where they spawned. Because I don't think he would have been able to make it to the point where he's stood on his own. Go down and give him a visit in a moment. We do need to go down and reclaim all of the blocks that we've dropped down there anyways. So we may as well see if he's got anything valuable for us that we could buy from him. And by valuable, what I mostly mean is something that will save me from having to go out and mine it for myself. Because those things are the most valuable of all. Because they save the most valuable resource. Time. But what is time? We're going to go on a journey to find out. How do they get it all inside that little device that you hold on your wrist? And where does it go afterwards? Time is just a construct of human perception. Let's go on a journey through time. Oh my goodness me. Oh, one of them's got a flame bow as well. That's very, very no bueno. Oh, I got a record! Good shot, thank you, sir. And to you as well. Get gone. Thank you. Oof. I can imagine driving for the first time after a year was really weird. It was just unusual. It was kind of... I mean, like, once you've got it, you don't lose it, I guess, unless you really don't drive for ages. Oh, you had the flame bow, huh? So... I picked it up again fairly quickly, but, like, it was definitely a little unusual. Oh my god, look at all this fire. I had to get a new car battery over Christmas because it had sat for so long. Uh-oh. You are not welcome here. We certainly are not. I will remember that. And then my mum and dad had been taking my car out every now and then just to sort of keep it ticking over and running and stuff, but... like, nothing really beyond that. I hadn't taken it for any considerable drive. Yesterday was probably the most considerable drive it's been on for ages. What did we get? Stahl! I can't remember what Stahl sounds like, but I hope it's a good one. Stahl might be the one that sounds like it's in a mobster's smoking room. Okay, I think that's all of my bits of stone, apart from 2. Those bits there. And then I think I had some tucked away back here. Beautiful. And let me out one more time, if you would. Oh, beautifully done. First time. It works every time. I'm peppered with arrows. Okay, let's take a quick nap and then we will see what our trader friend has to sell for us. Greetings, sir. Welcome to Tackywood. What can I do you for today? Coral, yellow dye, red sand, and blue ice. Okay, okay. Wait right there for me, sir. I will go and get my emeralds so that we may trade. And I believe most of them are hidden away down here. This would also be a fantastic opportunity. Oh yeah, look at that. Tons of them. This is a great opportunity as well to just do some repair work on my axe. So, we'll take all of those. Thank you very much. And I don't think I have anything. I've got some potatoes, loads of carrots that we could sell him actually. A little bit of paper and some nether wart. You won't take it though. I haven't got enough for you. Okay. Just going to put all that in there for now. I think I can only get away with 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, whatever, that'll do. That's fine. And then I've got the potatoes, which I can also work with. And he's actually going to do me a sweet deal on them. He's giving me a little discount, so that's going to make our potatoes go a bit further. Oh, he'll still accept more, huh? Okay, okay. Oh, it's gone up in price though. Never mind then. Never ye mind. We can, however, do more of these. I'm just going to hope that that wandering trader won't have left by the time we're done here. And then, lastly, we're going to take all of the paper. And I believe it's these 2 gentlemen. Yes. However, we may only have enough to trade with one of them. Perfect, sir. Thank you. And that's given me an abundance of emeralds. Not that I actually needed to trade any anyway, by the looks of it. But we have fixed our pickaxe, which is going to come in very useful if I keep on messing up building. Hey, still here. Perfect. Okay then, sir. Start me off with your horn coral block. Great. The red sand. I think I can get relatively easily. However, I will take some from you. The jungle saplings, I don't think I have that many of, so I'll take those. And the blue ice as well. Yeah, I'll take that too. Sir, thank you. Your service has been invaluable. And I look forward to our next opportunity to do business. You've always got to be polite to them. Because that way when they come back, they've got better stuff to trade you. At least, that's what I tell myself. Downside is, though, I now need to find room for all of this stuff that I've just bought. First world problems, real life problems as well. In fairness, I think didn't I trade him paper? Excuse me, sir. I thought I gave you this paper. Okay, you're too expensive now. You can have it then. If the other guy don't want it, you can have it. Thank you. Weird. There we go. We can just chuck all that in there. We don't really need it. Good. Man, if only there was going to be a huge storage system. Well, there would have been a huge storage system if I could have gotten onto the server when I actually wanted to be on here, and if I could build roofs correctly, and if I could actually land on them correctly. We could have been well on our way to having a beautifully functional storage system. As it transpires, though, life has given me lemons. But don't worry, I am not going to make lemonade. I'm going to make life take back those lemons. I'm going to demand to see life's manager. I'm going to say to him, I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these? Then I'm going to go and burn his house down with lemons. I'm going to get my guys to come up with a combustible lemon that I'm going to use to burn his house down. May have gotten a bit carried away. Uh-oh. Got it. Here we are. Crisis averted. Some bits. Thank you very much. I couldn't give it the full Cave Johnson treatment. However, it did its purpose. Because life did indeed take back those lemons. So if life gives you lemons, and then you give the lemons back to life, does life then have to make lemonade? When life gives you lemons and you give the lemons back to life, does the saying then become, when a randomer gives life lemons, make lemonade? Can life make lemonade? All these metaphysical questions we'll never know the answer to. We need to speak to like a weather or physics guy. Brian Cox, maybe. The thing is, when life has lemons, we know where they are, and we know what they can do. But the thing is, they are life's lemons. And so, because of that, it doesn't need to make the lemonade. Whatever, the accent, all over the place. Inflection and speech, pacing, on point. Accent, questionable. It's been a while since I've done Brian Cox, so don't take that out of context. It's been a while since I've done my Professor Brian Cox impression, so the accent faltered quite a bit. Cheeky. Depends on the mantra that life follows, I guess. Live, laugh, love. Somehow I don't think that's the motif that's going to be on life's kitchen wall. I feel like the mantra on life's kitchen wall would just be a picture of Garfield. I hate Mondays. Keep calm and carry on. Certainly that. Maybe an amalgamation of everything. It would be like live, laugh, carry on. For in this house, we share. Or something like that. Live, laugh, and carry on. If you sprinkle, wipe it up. Or whatever that toilet one is. You know it. Everybody's been to at least one house that has that rules of the toilet plaque in it. Rule 1, if you lift it up, put it down. Rule 2, if it smells, spray it. Rule 3, if you miss, clean it up. Everybody knows the one that I mean. I know you know. My stepmom has that. There you go. You see, I told you, everybody knows somebody that has it. That's more omnipresent than keep calm and carry on and live, laugh, love, is the toilet rules. I went round to somebody's house the other day and they had it. Within the rules. Have to clarify. It was a legal meeting. I think I've decided that now is the time to put some torches down here. A haiku about toilet rules. Oof. Okay. Hey, good. They're having their own showdown. That's fine. Okay. I'll have a think when I'm less in danger. Insert Ralph Wiggum memes here. Okay. Toilet rules. 575. I don't know that I actually have any torches over around this part of the base. I can make some actually. They're not impossible. I do need to go back and get some fireworks anyway, so I'll do that. Okay, toilet rules. 575, standard haiku format. We know the rules. Right. Okay. High... No, let's just go. Yeah, high above the throne. The tenets of the toilet. Reigning. Darn! It was going well. Okay. Okay. High above the throne. The tenets of the toilet. Dictate our movements. There's a kind of pun on the end there. High above the throne, the tenets of the toilet govern our movements. Because of bowel movements. That's the joke we're going for on that one. That's good. Yeah, it kind of fits. Who broke my door down? Charming. There we go. Plenty of torches, so that we may now work in much more relative safety. This should prevent any nasties from appearing once we get the roof in. It may not protect us from nighttime, but that's okay. Once we get a roof on it, nighttime won't matter to us. And you know what? Let's go all out. Let's do the floor underneath as well. It's been a long time coming, and we've probably put ourselves in much more danger than we needed to by not doing this. So let's do it. And you know what? Let's go all out and do the floor underneath that. Really treat ourselves. It's been a difficult year and a bit. We've earned this. Put some torches out. Light it up. Treat yourself to some relative safety while you work. Do 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 do. Oh, mid-air strike. That's what you like. Good. Good. Now we're in a position as well. We can actually just carry on working, I think. I've got some stuff to work with. And now that down there is slightly more mob-proofed, I feel a lot better about the job we're going to do here. Who did it and why? Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed up here without a hard hat. It's dangerous. Standard building regulations. You must have personal protective equipment at all times whilst working on top of the building. Me? Oh, I got netherite. I'm fine. And I've also got a set of wings, which are great in an emergency. I hear more sirens? What's gone on? Something's gone down that I'm not aware of. Remember when we all made hard hat netrock skins? Indeed I do. I don't have my hard hat netrock skin anymore. I don't think. I know Sam still uses his. However, I don't think I have mine. I think they must be hidden on a Dropbox somewhere, but I have no idea where. Oh, excuse me. Was that a hydration and a posture check-in? Oh, excuse me, indeed it was. Sir! Sir, you're not allowed up here without a hard hat! It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And that. And one of those. Unbelievable. No regard for personal safety or my insurance liability. And that upsets me the most. Ah, lovely. Beautiful. Okay. So I think we're done on this side for the time being. I want to go and do the other side to attempt to meet halfway. Just so that we can get the positions sorted out effectively. Oh, goodness me. Did you just jump over the rails? You know that you're not allowed to cross the rails. Basic safety procedures are being ignored around here, and I am not for it. Rule 1. Don't go onto the buildings if you don't have a hard hat. Rule 2. Don't cross the railway tracks. Everybody knows that. Scaffolding is one of the best things to have ever been added to this game. Like, I haven't even got to go down there and interact with this guy now. I can just stay up the top here and do my work. It's brilliant. So useful. I don't think they can climb it. They can climb. Oh no! If they can climb it, then I'm in trouble, but I thought I'd save them the bother and just go down to meet them and put myself in trouble rather than have the trouble come to me. Just gonna have to close the site down? Yeah, you might be right. You know what? Never mind. No more tacky wood. We're not gonna work on this anymore. We'll go and start a new sedentary life out in the forest somewhere. We'll build ourselves a little Snow White cottage, and that shall be the rest of our existence on this server. Fully enchanted armor. Check this guy out. Who'd you pay to get that? Huh? Look at you. You didn't even have the good fortune to give me any. Sorry state of affairs. The villagers can be your dwarves. Yes, they can. If only there was a way to make them permanently young. Give them an Everstone or something like that. That's my Pokemon Gold knowledge, you see. You can tell that I'm enjoying playing it because I retained some knowledge. Ain't it wonderful? Everstones stop Pokemon from evolving. Is nice, very good. Okay, so I am on Y76. That is where our 2 out from the building is going to be. How did I do 2 out from the building? Is this one's above the... Got you. Okay, so we literally just put that on the side of the block. Okay, we're on Y76. Okay, I'm going to need to check this out from afar. I don't want a lopsided roof. I can't check it from afar because there's trees in the way. So, they go along. That's the floor where the roof starts. Okay, so it is literally just straight on the end. And then down one. Pretzel Rocks, hello? Have we reached the end of the playlist? No, there is just 30 seconds of silence at the end of this song. Move on. Okay, this should finish this up. As long as I've got enough stone to complete the roof, this should be it. Then we can work on filling the inside, and we can also look at doing up the exterior of this as well. Because I think there's definitely going to need to be a little bit of work done on the outside, just to do something about the granite. Still not 100% sold on it, and I'm still not entirely convinced that even from afar it looks good. As we said at the beginning of the stream, it doesn't look awful, but I think the light grey terracotta was a mistake. And now we just got to make it work. So I've been really struggling to sleep for ages. I suffer when it comes to sleep immeasurably. I sleep so badly. So I've invested, not for the first time, invested in like a Nitol, just like some sleeping tablets, very low grade sleeping tablets to try and ease me off to sleep. I don't want anything that's just going to tranquilize me. that's gives me the impression that that's a very dangerous road to start traveling down. So I don't want to be just knocked out. Just, you know, something to bring in some drowsiness, just to try and make me sleepy so that I actually fall asleep. Don't work. Useless. You need a teddy bear. I've got Ted. Ted's over there. Accompanies me every night. But I just don't work. The thing is, so like the instructions in there say you take one about half an hour before you go to bed, which I do. Gives it half an hour to work and then to make you feel drowsy. So the implication is that you then just get into bed, maybe lay there for a few minutes to just allow yourself to be drowsy, and then you fall asleep. Nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. I don't even feel them make me tired. And then I get into bed and then I just lay there again. On average, it takes me about an hour and a half to fall asleep every night. There's been nights where I've laid in bed awake for probably at most 6 hours. And just kind of like staring at the ceiling. It's like I got into bed around 10 and I didn't sleep until about 4. This is a nightmare. Do you sleep with him? Of course. He's right there. I don't cuddle him every night. He stays right there. Have you tried Sleepy Tea? Such as what? Oh, is Sleepy Tea a brand? I've not heard of it. If it is, would certainly look into it for sure. Aromatherapy or counting backwards from 100, I have tried neither of. Because this is the thing when it comes to sleep. So it's not a case of the fact that I don't feel tired, because I do. You know, I don't tend to sleep too well at night. Of course I'm feeling tired. The problem comes from trying to stop my brain from thinking, to stop my brain doing stuff. It just goes off on one, just think. No. Time for thinking is done now. Time for sleep, yes? And it just doesn't cooperate. So that's what I need to do, is I need to work out how to make my brain tired. And my body's tired. Body's well up for sleep. But the brain is never up for sleep. Brain's like, we don't need to do that. You can just have a 20-minute nap tomorrow. So yeah, I'd rather have 10 hours of sleep. The thing is, though, like, so if you base how good of a sleep you get based on how many hours you get, then I'm doing fine. Like, I still get about 8 hours, but I'm still waking up tired. So clearly 8 hours is not enough for me. So although I'm still kind of acing the guidelines, you need to get 8 hours of sleep a night. I'm still doing that, but I need more for me. Rain sounds. I love rain. I love rain sounds. And it certainly takes me to my sleepy place, but it doesn't put me to sleep. Sleep cuddling a headwig pillow, extra pressure on my chest helps. Counting backwards from 100 has worked for me in the past. There isn't a brand called Sleepy Tea, but most tea brands have a sleepy one. Okay. I wouldn't really know what I'm looking for. I fall asleep to podcasts, listen to Fern Cotton's Happy Place, or David Tennant does a podcast with... Oh, is that the title? I thought you were building up for something big. Do some research. Fern Cotton doesn't strike me as a sleepy podcast. I always thought she was like hyper energetic. I thought she was basically like a female Chris Moyles. No, not Chris Moyles. Chris Evans. I mean, still a radio DJ, but not the definitely not the one. I mean, I guess Chris Moyles is still pretty loud and brash, but he definitely wasn't the one I was thinking of. Gulp. Fun Cotton, if you ever see this, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it. That's the name of the podcast. Every episode's with a different celebrity. I do like David Tennant's got a very sultry voice. I feel like I could fall asleep to his voice. Like, my go-to is normally I just put streams on. I'll put Northern Lion on, who's a Canadian streamer who just talks non-stop, but has got a very calm voice. A very good podcasting voice. So normally if I really can't sleep, I just put, if I'm having a nap during the day, I'll put something of his on. Also, the advantage with live streams as well is there's more or less zero continuity, so it doesn't matter if you fall asleep at the start and wake up at the end, because chances are you've not really missed much. That doesn't mean you can fall asleep on my streams though. Like, I enjoy the chat we have back and forth, so please don't fall asleep. She's super into mindfulness. She's mellowed a lot. Oh, okay. I always knew her as like a really loud kids' TV presenter. So there's an odd juxtaposition in my head. Bob Ross is a good shout. Very good shout. Let's paint a happy little cloud. Pucker and Clipper have a nighttime tea. I may look into that then, you know. Problem is, he sometimes beats the devil out of his paintbrushes, and that's noisy. Well, like you got to take a little bit of it. You just got to look at that as an early alarm. All that's doing is just kind of making sure you're not comatose, just waking you up again. I forgot to put more stone on to cook. We're going to run out of it. Excuse me, pardon me. Not here, thank you. He's just doing a good service. He's just like, well, I've got to make sure that anybody who's watching, they may have fallen asleep. Just gonna give them a little nudge just to make sure that they haven't slowly slipped away, shuffled off this mortal coil. Do you think there's any one thing in particular that keeps you up? It's just literally that my brain doesn't stop talking. It's, I guess it's kind of like you hit that point in the day where it's like, this is the point where there's nothing to think about now. There's no stimulus anywhere. You're just looking to fall asleep. It just needs to be quiet. And because there's no stimulus around, my brain then goes, alrighty, what should we think about today? It's like, please, nothing. You've had your time to think, so stop. You know, the usual stuff. The stuff that I think everyone deals with. You know, you just think about stuff that's happened during the day. Things that you wish you'd said to somebody, but you didn't because you didn't want to get into an argument or whatever. You know, that kind of stuff. How your day went, what you did at work, how your work day could have gone differently if you had done something different. All that kind of stuff. And it's pointless thinking about that sort of stuff. Like, what can I do by thinking about it in bed now, 6 hours later? Nothing's going to change. Counting backwards from 100 or a podcast might help, because your brain has something to focus on. Or you could try the senses grounding technique, where you think of one thing you can taste, one you can smell. Fair. So I guess for the time being, I'm quite lucky in that it doesn't necessarily matter at the moment whether or not I get a decent night's sleep, because I don't need to be awake for anything at the moment. But once work kicks back into gear again, it's going to be a little bit of a slog, shall we say. Especially given how busy we're set to be for the first day of being open. After a year of being shut, it's likely to be rather unkind. Whilst the stone cooks, I'm going to go home and we're going to... Oh no, I need to keep the furnaces loaded though. Okay, well, we'll just have to hang out in the site office for the time being then. You might find that work will tire out enough. This is true. This is true, that is very much a possibility. I'm hopeful that's the case. Do you know what? I can't even remember if that was the case when I used to work. I can't remember if work ever tired me out or not. Generally, I think it did. Maybe that's part of the problem as well, is that I know I've got nothing to get up for, so there's... The brain's going, there's no point sleeping. Whereas if I know I've got something to get up for, then the brain sends me to sleep because it's important for the following day. I don't know. My dad said once, I think it was... yeah, fairly sure my dad once said, like, you don't need to worry, you get the sleep that you need. Your body's not going to let you not sleep. Which I get, but it's also not really helpful. You know. Update? Oh! Still upset. Oh. Is it an update if information hasn't changed? Or are we coming on to the information that has changed? I can't do much. I think we got some black paint in the pub. You could have that if you want, just to just paint over it. That's all I can offer to help. I did just make dinner and lunch for tomorrow, which I didn't want to do. Well, the logical and obligatory follow-up question is, what do you got? There's that. Little victories. You know, Blink 182 were right. All the small things. They're the ones that pick you up. Whilst we're waiting for the stone to cook, maybe we should be thinking about what we're going to do around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. And I'm thinking on this case, maybe we should go for the stone. We should go for some stone braces or something around it. So I think that's gonna... We won't stick with the terracotta and the clay. We'll maybe go for smooth stone and maybe something like the andesite right here. Mostly because I can make fences out of those and we can create some nice little details on the braces as they go around the outside. So I think that's what we'll do. Portuguese spicy pork bifana ciabatta with rocket and wedges. What's bifana? Nando's in a sandwich. Bifana, I know what ciabatta is, so I'm assuming that bifana is a type of bread. Come on, I'm relying on this information. I need it in so that you can set me up for a joke. Don't let me down. Tell me what Bifana is. I need to know so that you can put some Scythers in chat. Nothing's stopping you doing that anyway, I guess. But it's good to have a reason. Don't do it! Don't do it! Thank you. It's a traditional Portuguese sandwich. Okay. I mean, in terms of, I guess, on the scale of sandwiches, the Bifana is probably at the top. You could say it's probably the best by far, no? I'll show myself out. It wasn't good, but it was good for just a little. It was good for an improvised joke. Okay. In the grand scheme of jokes, it wasn't good. Bidouf. Bidoufs probably don't taste that good. Based on the picture I ended up seeing, I can't imagine they're that great. Really went looking for that. As soon as I said Bifana, I was like, there's potential here. And boy was it was misjudged. It was there, but probably just not in the abundance that I thought it was. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some of these pillars going up the top. And do you know what, as well? If we go for some slabs, because I think I could pop these here and we'll get the line. Oh, it makes a full block. That's unfortunate. Never mind. So we can pop that in the corner there. Because then what you do, similar to how we have over here, you can trace some shapes across. And the advantage we have here is that we don't need to include room for a sliding door like we did on Soundstage 1. So we can just pop that right there just to frame the doorway a little bit. But the advantage of using stone over the terracotta is we have a little bit more variability. We have slabs, we have stairs, we have fences. So we can create a little bit of additional shape, which I think is going to come in very, very handy. Start just by putting that right there. The other way around, the other way around. Like that, there we go. That's all you want, and that, do you know what, I've just had something else instead that I think we're going to do, is maybe put that there, so that then you go there, and you go there, and that is just going to frame this building much better. And that's something that we are going to need to rely on. Because like I say, this granite mixed with the terracotta it's not the one. So we do, for my money at least, I think we need to cover it up a little bit. And create some sort of distraction. And I think putting this sort of variated stone facade over it is going to help to achieve that. But more on that in a moment, because we now return to our regularly scheduled programming, i.e. putting up a roof. Did I do the meme right this time? What's up? This cat has been enjoying a bath for the entire stream. And it's even got a skeleton friend with it as well. This is the happiest pussycat in the world right now. And I'm enjoying it. Gestures at everything. I can't offer much help. Like, everything happens sometimes. And you just have to roll with it. Sucks, but there's not much to do. Best I can say is come over for dinner sometime. That's all I can do. Perfect. Lovely. Alright, we are beginning to make some very important progress now. I think the roof could be finished by the culmination of this stream. Definitely should have checked the time before making such a claim. Yeah, 20 past. I think we can do it before the end. As long as I keep on top of the stone production downstairs, we can do it. I always grossly underestimate how much stone is actually needed to put the roofs on these things. Maybe I just need to start building smaller buildings. I think the next thing we'll move on to, we'll maybe give these buildings a little break for a bit, because we've been working down at the front here quite a lot on these buildings. And I think maybe we should begin something else. We talked about doing outdoor sets, so we could probably look into that. Any ideas? We can we could have a little look at the book that I've got. Let's do that just while we're waiting for a little bit more smoother stone. Here we are. So an outdoor set. So we got the Blair Witch campsite, which could be quite easy to do, building a campsite. What else is outside? You can get the corn maze, Operation Overlord. That would be a mammoth project, but we could certainly have a go at. Castaway would be outside. Pride Rock. Privet Drive would be a really good outdoor set to do. And also that would satisfy my want for working on some more buildings. That might be quite good. Rocky Horror I'm going to take off of the list because we've got that now. And the Overlook Hotel we've already settled on as with a location for it. I think Privet Drive could be a great shout. I think that might be what we have to work on next. I don't know about you guys. I know there's some Potter fans. I think that might be what we have to do next. I also think that we now just need the smoother stone blocks to fill in this gap on the roof. Yee! I know that meme. Then that, I think, is what we shall do. Once we've got a roof on here, I think the next stream we'll begin to work on Privet Drive. Somewhere around here. Possibly. Clear out some land for it. And what I'll do, I need to get back into making Let's Plays for this project as well. So I think on the next One More Block episode, I'll finish up the outside here, do up the inside of the warehouse, and also clear out the land here so that we can put Privet Drive down. Also as well, the really big advantage of Privet Drive is not only is it outside, not only does it scratch my itch for wanting to do some buildings, but in the very first film you get that incredible establishing shot that just looks straight down it. So there's a lot of reference images and media that we can use to create Privet Drive pretty much block for block, I'd say. Which would be really, really cool. Do you mind? So yeah, I think I'm excited for that. That also gives us a chance as well to look into how to build other movie studio structures. So things like crane cameras, maybe if we can work out a way to put up a rain machine or something, I don't know, something like that. There's a lot of scope for some interesting new building pieces by doing an outdoor set. So I think Privet Drive is what I'm going to go for. Could be good. I may need to go and gather a heap of clay so we can make more bricks. But I ain't afraid. Hey, I thought things couldn't climb scaffolding. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Let's put a bit of distance and begin the onslaught. That wasn't so bad. I think maybe these diagonal ones are not quite the best positioned. Oh, excuse me. I did just embed a pickaxe in his head, but needs must. Frankly, I did what had to be done. There There we go. Oh, my stone still isn't ready. Okay, how much more do I reckon I'll need? Should I put some more on? I guess so. I think I may need more, and even if I don't need more, we'll use more later on. So I think we should probably just put a load more on once this stuff's cooked. Nearly done. How'd you make it over here? You're not supposed to cross the rails! Oh, he dropped his shovel though. I'll take that. Thank you. It's not much use to me. But I might be able to find a use for it. Let me up. Let me up without dying. All the way up. Thank you. I'm alive. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to go up any further on the roof here. We'll just get this layer put on. And that will suffice. Did he just throw himself off the roof? Weirdo. I keep telling them they need hard hats if they're going to come up here, but they won't listen. I've put up signs. They're not heeding them. Like, what more can I do? Frankly, if they're going to just blatantly disregard all of the rules like that, then they're of no use to me anyway. I mean, ah! Okay, are we composed again? We've composed? Yes, I'm composed. Let's go. Maybe sneaking. Clues in the name. Should have known. The thing is, I knew he was there. I just didn't expect that he would cross over to our side. The thing is, on hard difficulty as well, I think a creeper has enough exploding power to kill us in our current state of armor as well, so I would ideally like to not be blasted by one, especially as I've got 62 levels. I'm just kind of hoarding them at the moment. Got nothing to spend them on right now, so sure enough, out of stone again. That's okay though, there's plenty more cooking up, which will keep us fine. Hiding in plain sight. Often the best place to be. Morning has broken. Okay, I don't need any more of that right now. So let's continue to have a look at the frontage. Yes, this is frontage. Okay. So if we go... We're going to go up. And then this is the other advantage of having stair, fence, slabs, all that kind of stuff, is that we can create very snazzy diagonal lines as we go up. And not have it look too out of place. So it does look out of place at the moment, but once we thicken up the corners a little bit with slabs and stairs, that will fit in much better. However, I keep leaving my stone cutter on the roof. Give me 10 of everything. That'll give us a reasonable-ish base to work with in terms of details. Oh yeah, man, fences. Good, good. And I don't... Oops. Well, 12 slabs. It's fine. Oh, you know what? 20. Cool. Yeah, let's do those. We'll use them all. Everything will get used. It's not a problem. So the first thing... Get ourselves another little fence post up in there. And bring you back out. There we are. So I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, no, that's not correct. We may have to add in the extra bricks. Like there, again, just to thicken it a bit. Oh, loads of crying emojis from Jay. I'm sorry things aren't going well. If I could help, I would. But I don't know what I can do. Honestly, I still think it's worth going and at least checking, seeing if anywhere else does have CCTV that could potentially help you out. Just kind of hodgepodging this all together, really. But that's pretty much the MO of the game. Just throw stuff together, see what sticks. And this is kind of sticking. To be honest, anything looks better than just having the granite right there. This bit needs to go up a little bit further. And then maybe come out one more. Looking good. It's looking pretty alright. I'm just glad to have the granite covered up. Definitely made a bit of a blunder. But it's alright. It's okay. Make sure you have looked both ways. This bit's too high now. Hey, come back! There we go. I think that will do that bit nicely. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. That's better. I can get on board with that. That's fine. Now I'm going to want to just maybe bring something down from this bit just to tie into the top right here. Pretty much just like that. Great. First time! It works every time. But even then, there's only a 50% chance of that. Cool. You know what? This isn't a bad way to... Like, if you just change the colours out, you could almost turn these into, like, creeping tendrils from, like, a plant or something. Good to know. That may come in useful at some point. Especially as one of the things we were looking at doing was Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. Being able to work out how to build some twisting vines and plant tendrils will probably be very useful for that. Just had this great idea in my head of building like a greenhouse with Audrey 2 kind of bursting out of it. I don't know how I would go about that. But just so you know, it's an idea that's in the old data reserves up in the old grey matter at the top of the head, in the brain. Got to have a bit of fun with it. Alright, I think that caps off the roof. Aside from just popping... Oh, hi! Aside from just putting a row of slabs on the underside here, we're good to go. Got stopped for a quick lunch break. Or dinner break, I suppose. Hey! What? Excuse me? What's going on? My scaffolding's breaking. I know when we're approaching the end of the stream, everyone's getting tired, everyone's getting sleepy, but can we just hold it together for like the final few minutes? Please and thank you. I don't know. Fix your game, Mojang. Don't worry about making new features yet. Just fix the ones that already exist, please. What the... There we go. Nice job finishing the bid roof. Oh, what's up? You want to You want to put a roof on top of the building? Well, okay, I'll see what I can do. Oh no, wait, that was the evolved form, wasn't it? The one that I gave that voice to. Oh, well, yep. Yo. Alright. I must sleep. I hope you also sleep tonight. Thank you for dropping in, Nay. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow when it's Binding of Isaac tomorrow. More repentance. I am excited to get back into it. So hopefully see you then. Sleep well. Have a good night. Great to finally have a... Hi. Great to finally have a roof on this place. Now we can begin in earnest to actually get the place set up. What I am envisaging is maybe a staircase that will lead up the wall to like the top just here, which will be an office that can look out over the whole room. And maybe we'll be able to bring some extra storage onto a floor up here as well. Or around here, maybe. An office up there looking down, and then some additional gantries and things just stretching across the length and width of the room is what I'm thinking. But that'll be a job for another stream. What I think we will do, just to finish this one off, however, is maybe just have a little look-see around our base with some shaders on, because I don't think we've done that over here. If we have, we haven't done it for a while, so let's redo it. It was going to be part of the plan for the 10th episode of One More Block for the Let's Play series, but I did attempt to film that episode before I stopped being able to get on the server, and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so I had to scrap it. So we will do a little shaded walkthrough of our base just to cap things off for the evening. So where do I find those shaders? All right. Give it a second, and we should be good. Alrighty. So we've got the beautifully cozy bedroom in our main house, and I love what shaders does to the insides of these buildings. This is why I like building out of wood so much, is because everything just looks so rustic and cozy. Look at them. Just how the light glows. It's brilliant. We step down into the basement. Look at it. Isn't it cozy? I love it. If I could play with shaders on all the time, then I would. They just look incredible, but they do make things kind of framey. So we do have to be wary of that. We step out into the cold night. Things are very framey. But they also look great. This is the kind of... It looks like a very temperate night. Like, it looks like the climate is not hot, but warm. Like, it's a nice night out. You could be out in just a hoodie and you wouldn't be cold. Is the vibe that I'm getting from this evening. Not that you would want to go out on an evening like this, because all these creatures of the night exist to ruin your day. And indeed your landscape. Great. Well, I'll fix that another time. Let's see what else we got going on. It's the way the lighting works with shaders. T-shirt weather. Perhaps a little bit cooler than that. Like, not t-shirt. But like, even our little villager prison looks quite nice with this lighting. Not down there though. Don't worry about down there. That's fine. Oh, just ran headlong into... Woof. Oh, my sugarcane farm. No. Darn it. Oh, things are bad. Things are bad. Turns out shaders does not make being outdoors any safer. But we probably knew that. Oh, for goodness sake! Any more for any more? You know what? I've changed my mind. Maybe we should just go for the beaches out of Saving Private Ryan, because I'm just filling my home with craters and dead bodies. Is that bad taste? Feels like that joke was in a little bit of bad taste. My apologies. Okay. Killed everything and nothing's interested in our existence anymore. Except for this zombie. So that gives us a quick opportunity to just tidy up. Well, I'm going to have to fix this at some point. How long is this night? Feels like this night's been going on for quite some time. Maybe we should just try and move back to the sets now. The moonlight, look at it, isn't it wonderful? 2 t-shirt weather. Yeah, like a short sleeve over a long sleeve. Oh, look how the studio's coming to life before our eyes. Everything looks so wonderful. Oh, look at it. Let's get a view from up in the air because it's going to be safer. Mostly. Oh, look! Isn't it wonderful? It's like when you go on holiday. Look at it! Oh, I'm a genius, if I do say so myself. Ooh. Kind of. It looks so great. Look at our site office here. Look at this garden! Oh, don't look too closely at the garden, though. Garden looks great. Please don't. Site office. Oh, the fish tank, though. Look at the fish tank. Let's go up into the office. A little look-see. Oh, it's looking good. Sniper Breath is coming in with the raid. Thank you so very, very much for the raid. Guess who's here? Is it you? Welcome, friend. How are you doing today? I hope you are well. I hope things are going well. I hope Easter has been fun for you. We're just hanging out, checking out the base with some shaders on. Things are looking pretty. Just before we wrap up ourselves for this evening. The set, like the movie set, looks incredible in shaders. It looks like a really functional set. With the way the lighting kind of bounces off of everything. It's brilliant. Really, really good. Oh, hello. Sorry, filming in progress, no entry. Thank you. And now I do just want to get a little look-see inside our new warehouse. See what it's like in here. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, it looks really dusty and, like, grungy at the moment. Looks good, though. I like it like this, but oh, wait, it can't stay like this. I like how when we come over here, we just get that view distance fog as well. But yeah, it can't stay like this. We need to prettify it in here, which is what we will work on another time. But you're absolutely right. It's shaders completely change the game. Let's get one more flyby from the air. Oh, it's like the DreamWorks logo. Look at it. And then we just come back down. So good. I wish I could fly by slower. just to take this all in a bit better. I love it. This is such a good base, if I do say so myself. And it only has room to grow. Ugh. Which is what we shall do, oops, another time. For it is coming up to 10 PM, and that, as we all know, unfortunately is the end of our stream this evening. Let me just get to a place of safety, because it does take me 5 minutes to log into the server each time. So I do like to do it from indoors where I know I will be safe. No! I'm sorry. It is late. I don't have to be up early tomorrow, but I do have to be up tomorrow. So I can't stick around for too much longer, unfortunately. It's okay though. We'll be back tomorrow with plenty more. I understand. We'll be back tomorrow. Plenty more stuff going on throughout the week. It's a busy week for streaming. It's the first full week of streaming I've done for a while, I think, actually. But a very productive day here on the One More Block server. A very productive day indeed. So, that is going to conclude it for this evening. Had a blast as always, everybody, for support. We've had several gifted subs today, several bit drops. We got into a hype train, which is incredibly good. Incredibly good. Very glad to have had it. Great stream as always. Looking forward to tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is going to be... Talking of bits, there they are. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, yes, we shall be returning to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. And I can't wait to dive into that a little bit more. I've been led to believe... I've been trying to avoid spoilers as much as I can, but I've been led to believe. So, we fought, like, the big scary mother boss. I thought that was as far as the game went. Apparently, it is so much deeper than a new floor and a new final boss. So much deeper. So I'm looking forward to really digging into seeing what else is going to go down in the game. There are also challenges that we need to take on as well. So there's a whole heap of content coming from Repentance, which I'm very much looking forward to diving into. So that'll be tomorrow, 7 PM as always. On Thursday, we have my brand new mega project beginning that I have kind of subtly named ATTR. And I'll leave you with that. That's going to be good fun. And then Friday we shall be returning to Pokemon Gold and seeing what more mayhem we can cause in the world of Kanto 2 and whatever else nonsense. In the meantime though, if you have enjoyed the stream and you aren't doing so already, please do consider giving the follow button a tap and joining the Tack Pack. We have got a Discord which you can find at this position right here. If you have missed anything and want to catch up on the VODs, you can find them on YouTube right there. And indeed, if you want to follow me on any social media, it is there. Yes, he got it right. Perfect. Other than that, though, let's prepare ourselves a little raid, see who's live, so we can go and spread the love to. Let us go to... Let's go see Shivy tonight. She's playing Borderlands 2. She's very kindly raided us several times, and I don't think we've gone over to her. So let's do that for this evening. Johto, I know, I'm being facetious. Everybody, as always, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it may be for you, and I'll catch you then. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I've got to hit start raid. I will see you later in 10 seconds. Is probably what I meant. You know what I mean. See you later, guys. Have a good time. Bye-bye.